My fellow traders, welcome to another edition of Rolling with Ed. Before I get into what I want to share with you today, I want to tell you I have got a couple of slots left starting for this coming month in our mentoring program. You get access to all of the mentee programs, the 12 hours of one-on-one time. But what I want to emphasize, I don't know if you guys have ever had somebody trading next to you where they can individually watch you execute and listen to you talk through your trades. It's a game changer, and that's part of the mentoring program. The other part is, I don't discount myself. I don't deem myself worthy of discounts. If I do, then I'll quit teaching and mentoring and stuff. But I do give incentives, and it comes from my teaching background. I used to give my students incentives. I didn't give them grades or anything, but I gave them incentives. I gave them a desire to work towards their goals. And the incentive is you can earn back some of your tuition, some of what you pay to be a part of this program. You can earn some of it back just by doing what you're supposed to do. Following the program, following the process. And I think that's something else that could keep you locked in and focused on doing what you're supposed to do, because you will be earning something. So, I just wanted to share that with you. I can only take a couple of people. It takes a lot of time to mentor, and I can only do but so many people. And that's why, if you want to join, I've got a couple of slots. You want to jump in quick, because we're going to hit the ground running this coming week. New quarter, new month. So we're going to hit the ground running. So what I want to talk to you guys about today is this phrase. I'm sure some of you've heard it. Most of you've heard it. It's called improvise, adapt, overcome. Now, if you've watched the Clint Eastwood movie back in the 80s, Heartbreak Ridge, you heard that. And it's actually a phrase that you hear in the Marines. It's a mindset for them. And what it does is it teaches them how to handle the chaos and the uncertainty of combat. And honestly, we had the same mindset instilled in us in the Army, and I think it's across all the service. But the phrase came from the Marines. And you think about it, when you're in battle, when we prepare to go into battle or on a mission, we have a plan. How well that plan works is going to determine how the enemy responds to it. Now, we can predict how they're going to respond and have our plans laid out, but very seldom does the enemy do what we predict them to do, because we don't know what they're going to do. We don't know what they have planned. So it only makes sense to have the mindset to be able to adjust, to improvise to those situations, improvise our plan, adapt our plan to the current situations, and overcome it, and overcome the challenges. So if you think about it, think of the game of chess. And I always said, chess is a good game for you to learn while you're learning how to trade, because you're thinking ahead and you're moving, but you're expecting you're looking for your opponent to make a move, because you're thinking moves ahead. Now, what if your opponent doesn't move? And most of the time, your opponent is not going to move the way you want them to. So you're going to have to improvise, adapt, and overcome that situation. So it's just like the market. The market is a very chaotic and unpredictable place. Really, the last month or so has been like that. So, what you have to do is every day, you don't change who you are. You don't change who you are. You don't abandon the teachings, the fundamentals, the foundation that you have. You know, if you're a soldier, that's why in training they break us down and build us up with a solid foundation, because no matter what, that's what we need to revert back to in any situation. If we don't, then we die. It's just that simple. And in trading, if you don't, you know, have that foundation and you don't revert back to that, and you're not able to adapt what you're doing, your process, your strategy to the current market conditions, the market's going to kill you. And that's what I see, you know, day in and day out. That's the messages I get day in and day out. And, you know, my number one message is, hey, you have to develop the right mindset. It's all about developing the trader mindset. It's about coming in, being able to improvise, adapt, and overcome. The market is not going to be the same from day to day. We have our edge. We have an expectation of where the market's going to go, based on what our edge and everything tells us. But it doesn't always happen that way. The market's not going to always go to our target, and it's not going to always go there as, you know, right then and there. So we have to adapt. We have to adapt our strategy to the market conditions so that we can overcome everything that the market throws at us. So that's a big part of what I try to teach. It's a big part of the trader mindset. You know, improvise, adapt, overcome. It's a mindset that the Marines are taught, that all of us are taught, no matter what branch of military you go in, because it's just that important. And in the market, you got to do the same thing. So improvise, adapt, overcome. So you guys enjoy the weekend. Again, if you want to ask me any questions about the mentoring program, you know, you need to reach out as soon as you can. If you want to chat, email me or telephone. My email is going to be in the description of this video. Email me your telephone number, and, you know, we can chat. Or if you just want to shoot me an email, do it. But you better do it quick, because we're going to be hitting the ground running with whoever signs up. Once those spots are filled, I'm off and running. So you guys have a great weekend. Stay safe, and I will see you back in the jungle on Monday. Peace.